Hey everyone, Beta Snake here. Another random video. Yay! I know I haven't made videos for a few months now. For those who are still following me, I do apologize. Um, I had one of those falling out for making videos for a little bit, so I do apologize. Um, I do want to get back into making videos a little more often. So just keep up with me, people. I know I'm a small channel, but I'm trying slowly. Um, anyway, I know that my previous video I was talking about the live feed for CNN. Um, this video I wanted to talk about Trump, because he is the second most hated candidate to date, besides Hillary Clinton. Trump is not only a misogynist, but a sexist, racist, Islamophobic pig. He hasn't paid his federal taxes in 18 years. He's had several businesses go into bankruptcy and foreclose. Out of all the 6 companies that he's held, almost all of them have closed except for the school, which the last I checked was being sued for false advertising, misconduct, and falsifying documentation. Everything Trump has touched has failed miserably. Let's see. The last thing that Trump held his name to, which was, I do believe, a wine company or a beer company, or which the two, which he, and therefore sued because he wanted his name removed from his own company because he, quote unquote, wanted to remove it because it makes him look bad, it gives him a bad reputation, which anybody with a brain has done research and seen that he isn't a very bright person. If anything, he's a horribly failed businessman who has taken advantage of the atrocious loopholes we have in our money system to take advantage of not paying his taxes or being held accountable and responsible for his failed business ideas. I mean, hell, he had a fucking plane company, for Christ's sakes, and he decided to not only revamp that company, but also make it so fucking expensive that no average person could afford it, and then decide to close it down because it wasn't working. So not only has he done that, but every topic of discussion, every time he's allowed to speak, something fucking stupid comes out of his mouth. I mean, yeah, a few weeks ago he actually sounded kind of intelligent. Just a little bit. But that was obviously quickly shot down with his random attacks of retard tweets and his live performances on stages with his big blabbering mouth of sexist, misogynist shit coming out of his pie hole, with Hillary Clinton this and she's a atrocious bitch that, and like his recent attack was all about attacking her and her marriage, because apparently attacking someone's marriage is essential for making yourself look like a good presidential candidate. Apparently, that's a good idea. Not to mention the fact that he loves indicating the fact of building a fucking wall, making the Mexicans build it, and then stating the fact that immigrants and anybody from a foreign country, especially Iran, Iraq, are horribly terrible bad people, which according to him all they want to do is come over here, bombard us, and kill us. If that was true, then we'd already be fucked. And there'd be giant craters all over the goddamn country, but there's not. The only thing Trump is good at is instilling fear into people. Hatred. Negativity. All Trump is good for is stemming up an audience to hate anybody who isn't white, who isn't a male, or more importantly, a Trump supporter. If you're not a Trump supporter, then you're a good-for-nothing piece of shit who lives off the state, doesn't work, doesn't earn their good income, doesn't pay taxes, and you live in your mother's basement. I would say we're pretty fucked. It's just the, like, it's just a reality that this is one of our prime candidates. You know, like, what the fuck? We couldn't have somebody else? Anything? If I really had to choose, I would rather take Obama and another round for 2 years than have these fucking morons run. Because one's a misogynist pig who shoots blasphemy out of his mouth. And we got another who's a blatant liar, can't tell the truth to save her own ass, can't even admit that she had leaked private documents. So we got a murderer and a sex pig. Which one would you rather choose? I'd rather choose neither. If anything, if I had to choose, this would be one of those instances where I'd be like that single girl and just tell everyone, you know what? We don't need a president right now. I need me time. The country needs me time. We don't need, if this is the only choice we have for presidents, I put that loosely, then I think this country is better off taking a break from electing any president for right now. Because right now we need to get ourselves back into balance. Because our justice system is corrupted and broken. Our money system's corrupted and broken. Our federal money is a joke. It's not even ours. Whoever believes that the Federal Bureau is ours, you're horribly misled. It's not ours. They're just going to keep reprinting money that we don't have. Well, the top 1% pockets that money. We don't own shit. We haven't owned shit in a long time. Ever since the federal came in, nothing has been ours. The top % families have been taking in that money. While we slowly put ourselves more and more debt. A debt which we cannot pay back. Not unless we change the rules around here. And so long as the 1% is in charge, and the corporations are in charge, and people like Donald Trump have their hands in their pockets, nothing's ever going to change. What we need is a total system overload. New updates. It's like changing the goddamn hardware on the motherboard of a computer. Complete clean. Total wipe. Start from the beginning. Start right from scratch. And that's exactly what we need to do. All of our systems that are in place now need to be wiped clean. And that's including the courts, that's including the Pentagon, that's including the House of Representatives, that's including the UN, that's including the White House, that's including everything. Everything our system is tied to, including the federal bank. That needs to go. All of it. Just go. If we ever want to make a change for the better, that's where to start. The moment we get rid of the federal banks is when we can truly start. Next to the federal bank would be Wall Street. Get rid of it. Bye. Gone. We don't need you. You're part of the problem. Ever since the collapse of 2008, you've been nothing but a problem for us. Normal, average Americans. You know, the ones who work hard, get our asses kicked by the system, pay ridiculous amounts in taxes, and barely get anything back at the end of the year. Yeah, us. You know, the ones you tend to forget about. This whole fucking thing is supposed to be about us. Our choices, our decisions. We are supposed to influence. Not the banks, not the government, us. And Trump is part of that problem. Everywhere Trump has gone, there has been nothing but problems. And Trump has his pockets lined with these companies who are in charge of this country. Wells Fargo, the Walton family, he is part of that problem. And so was Clinton. Hell, Hillary Clinton was part of the fucking board of directors for the Walton family. She has been lining her pockets with corporate money for years. And no one's saying shit about it. Trump has been lining his pockets for years with corporate money. No one says shit about it. Why is this not an issue? Why is economic growth not an issue? Why is reform not an issue? Why are we not taking this shit seriously? Why? Why are we ignoring it? The debate ignored that too. It ignored the blatant fact that Syria has been having this ginormous war for years. Recently they tried to have a peace treaty and it fucking failed. No one talked about that. No one's talked about immigration reform. No one's talked about climate change, which Trump again has blatantly said that it's false. It's fake. The Chinese made it up to take over the US. It's not real. It's science fraud. What the fuck? It doesn't take a genius to figure out that there is a climate change problem. And if we don't do something soon and eliminate fossil fuels, there is gonna be no planet. Because we're literally gonna cook ourselves into a hard-boiled fucking egg. And there's gonna be no planet. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Not to mention the fact that we're wiping out millions of species on a global scale. From land to air to sea. Completely wiping them out. And nobody is saying shit about it. If we could keep going the rate that we are, as a cannibalistic, selfish, self-centered assholes of human race that we are, there is going to be nothing left to come back to. People keep saying, oh, we'll just go to another planet. We're already making plans to make a spaceship that can go to this planet or that planet and explore it to see if we can even inhabit it. Why? This isn't like some science fiction fucking movie where you can just jump from planet to planet and just keep doing the same shit over and over and over again and not fix anything. We have a real life situation. If we don't stop using fossil fuels, there's gonna be nothing left to save. Not to mention the fact that we keep wiping out massive amounts of animal species across the planet and no one gives a fuck. I mean, the Japanese fucking take in loads of dolphins out of the goddamn wild to either eat them or put them in a fucking amusement park for their entertainment. No one's talking about that. Hell, the rate they're wiping out dolphins, it could be the new Trail of Tears. The way they're wiping them out, the whole entire ocean could be turned fucking blood red. I mean, look at the U.S. We're a bunch of fat fucking lard asses who stuff our face with fucking McDonald's and don't give a shit about anything because the TV tells you not to. We have the Chinese who the smog is so fucking thick that they can't breathe. Africa is getting to the point where years down the road, it's going to be so fucking hot that no one's going to be able to live there. I mean, the fucking poles are melting. The polar bears are dying and drowning because there's no fucking land. Because we keep melting it. The water levels are rising so bad that some small little towns, such as where a lot of Eskimos live in colder climates, have to move. Because it's no longer suitable for humans because the water level's too goddamn high. Like, do we not see this shit, or do we just blatantly ignore it? Because our ignorance is so fucking bloated, so conceited, so animalistic that we just don't give a shit anymore. Like, our planet, our children, our food, our animals, everything is dying and nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's an issue. Why aren't people trying to fix it? We got scientists trying to come up with new ideas, but they get fucking ignored. Like, why? I know this video was originally supposed to be about Trump, but fuck that shit. He is nothing compared to the bigger issue. Trump is just this little tiny speck compared to the shit that we've got going on. Trump is this little insect compared to the money problems, our economic problems, worldwide problems, animal extinction problems. Like, all this shit stacks up a lot higher than this little asshole. Because this little asshole is just the tip of the iceberg for our country. But for the rest of the world, they've got a lot more shit to deal with. They've got populations that are getting out of hand. Some countries are so overcrowded that there's nowhere to put anybody. We've got climate change affecting different continents. Some are getting flooded out. Some are getting too hot. The weather patterns have changed so much that they're not what they were 10 years ago. I mean, hell, in the U.S., on the northern spectrum, the weather around here has changed so much, it's fucking ridiculous. We're getting heat waves. Just this past summer, we were getting heat waves that exceeded last year. And last year, I thought it was hot. This year was even hotter. This year, we were getting to the triple digits. with humidity just as bad. And this winter is gonna be fucking atrocious. And nobody's doing anything about it. Everybody's like, oh, not a big deal, it's just another bad winter. Guess we're gonna have to just deal with it. What the fuck? I don't wanna have to keep going like this. The next year, the winter's gonna be so bad, I'm not gonna be able to leave my house. Like, the snow is gonna be up to my fucking porch. I'm not gonna be able to leave. Climate change is a big, big problem. And with people like Trump, it's not helping. You can't ignore something that's there. I see climate change like a little child. A little child that's standing there with a pop balloon and it's crying. And everybody keeps blatantly ignoring it, blatantly going right past them, not giving them two shits. Eventually someone's going to have to stop and pay attention. Because if we don't, there's nothing they're going to come back to. Our future generations are going to suffer because of the ignorance of this generation. Why are we raising our children into ignorance? Why are we blatantly ignoring the obvious? Someone tell me that. Please. I want to know why. This has been Beta Snake. Peace out.